So as you'll see on today's video, I got away from the field. Today's the first time I've managed to actually get away from the circuit, as we call it, when you tow and then escape the boundaries of the field and head out into the wilderness of Norfolk. So it's been absolutely fantastic, but you can watch it now. So this is Norfolk Hang Gliding and Paragliding Club, which is located just between Swaffham and Dereham in Norfolk. So a rural area, but we've got some controlled airspace nearby. So we've got Marham, RAF Marham off to the east and Norwich Airport to the west. I learned here 3 years ago with Bill, and here's Bill. He's one of the chief instructors at the club, and this is our winch that we use for towing. So as you can see, our members, we tow off this electric winch. We're actually the only club in the UK that has the electric winch, which is we've just started using this year. And it was my first go today at towing off this winch, and it was amazing, as you'll see. So here we go. So that was my fourth launch of the day, and the one that allowed me to get away. And I must have had 30 or 40 launches at the club over the last 3 years, most of which have been short flights, 6 to 10 minutes. But this time I caught a really strong thermal as I left. I was getting 2 to 3 meters per second. And at this point, I'm buzzing. I'm up at 2,500 feet and still heading up towards Cloud Base. I unfortunately had to dub over the sound because using the 360, the wind noise was not something I had accounted for. So I can see Fakenham up ahead, and as I've been climbing pretty steadily for 10 minutes, I'm feeling invincible, looking at the coastline and thinking, easy peasy, I'm gonna make this no problem. So a little bit naive, but confident because of being able to stay in the thermal so long. So here's the flight track. It shows me taking off from the club, and this is where I caught the good thermal and kept in that climb for quite a few minutes, 10 minutes or so, and then a long cruise towards Godwick Hall. There was a lovely wedding going on here just at the time, and I got another little climb. And then really I was searching for something stronger, but unfortunately ran out of time. So just next to Wissenset, I put down in a corner of a field just next to a farm. So anyway, another quick clip just at the top of the climb. So I was sitting quite comfortably here, enjoying myself thoroughly. Topping out 3,200 feet, I think it was. So you can see the smile, you can see how chuffed I am. Day out. Did not think this would be happening today. This is my first time I've ever got away from the field. So very, very happy. Anyway, he's finding all the thermal. Woohoo! Well, that's me landed. Well, I was getting some unbelievable thermals, got up to 3,000 feet, covered a lot of miles. I'm now in a village approximately 20 kilometers from my takeoff site. So it's going to be fun getting back. I'll let you know how the journey goes on the way back. What a flight though, my best ever paraglider flight. Can't believe it, honestly. I've had 4 launches today. On 3 of them it was a 10-minute flight, but the thermals were picking up. But on that 4th launch I just picked up on a really consistent 2 meters a second thermal and loved every bit of it. So great day. I've had my fill now for a while. Woohoo! Bye. It's just such a lovely experience, so quiet. I've just flown over a wedding as well at about 1,000 feet, which looked absolutely beautiful in quite a remote field a couple of miles from here. So that was pretty. Shame I couldn't get a picture, but I was a little bit busy trying to find another thermal. Once I was below 1,500 feet, that was it. I was completely focused on staying up, but unfortunately luck wasn't with me. Skill will start to replace luck with a bit more training. Anyway, phase 2 recovery. Let's work that out. So, walking through the village of Wissenset in Norfolk, and obviously there's no public transport. So I'm either going to have to thumb a lift, or hopefully someone from the club will come and get me. But it's a nice walk. It's a perfect day. Apparently it's only 3.5 hours walk back to the launch site. So I'm hoping I won't have to walk the whole way. But let's see. I have been in touch with Martin, one of my buddies at the club, sharing my live location with him. He's going to pick up another 2 guys north of Feckenham first, and then coming for me. So actually, do you know what? I miss walking with a pack on. Not that much, like not enough to want to do it all the time, but actually this is lovely. I've always fancied hike and fly. My kit's not quite the ultralight stuff that I would need for hike and fly, but maybe try that sometime. But my goal this year has got to be to get to the coast. Or fly home. That's my other goal, which is quite tricky past all the controlled airspace. So you probably found my channel because of the paramotoring, but are you into paragliding as well? Let me know in the chat if it's something. Do you want me to talk through my kit? Do you want me to show you the harness, wing that I've got, how I come across them? To be honest, I've got into this sport pretty cheap, second-hand wing, bought a new harness, but compared to paramotoring equipment, I'm flying for £2,200 total for both bits of kit. In the reserve, granted you've got to focus really on a reserve as well, that was another 400. So 2 to 3 grand gets you flying, but you've got to be a hell of a lot more committed in terms of the time you put into it, and working together with other clubs to either manage a hill or manage a winch. As we have here in Norfolk, we have a winch site, which is all about working together as a group to get everyone away and sharing the burden. What a club though, brilliant place. Highly recommend it if you live anywhere near. Been walking 2 hours now. A little bit tired. I'm not quite as up for carrying big weights anymore. I mean, this is only 15 kilos. Well, plus all my other bits and bobs. I've got flight instruments and water and everything else, so probably about 18 kilos, but it hurts more than it used to. Covered 6 miles. Someone's coming for me. I've got another 3 miles to go, but they said they're stuck in the field, so I might just have to walk the rest. Oh well. So thanks to Tobit, I finally got a lift back to the field and had a bit of a wrap up and a debrief, and then the guys that managed to get near to the coast came back for a bit of a chat and a wrap.